Hey Falcon fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into Atlanta Falcons today. We're going to jump into the latest Falcons news and rumors, including a full in-depth dive on Mel Kiper's very, very brand new mock draft, 4.0? It's a 2-round mock that gives you essentially 3 picks for the Atlanta Falcons, one in the first round, 2 in the second round. We'll see who he mocks to Atlanta today. First, though, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to the channel. As the draft gets closer and closer, more and more mock drafts, more and more draft coverage, more draft news and rumors here on Atlanta Falcons today, so go down below and subscribe. All right, quickly here, the draft, again, April 28th. It's April 13th, the day of filming this. Like, we are getting very, very, very close to the NFL draft, and so the mock drafts, to me, get more and more accurate as you get closer, and I know some people will disagree with that, but I think Kiper and McShay do a pretty good job of guessing. Now, again, it's a guess, but it doesn't guarantee who he's going to take, but they do a good job of showing where people might end up, and I like Kiper's mock overall today. Now, again, 2-round mock, okay? So you're going to see 3 picks. So Atlanta obviously has 1 in the first round, and 2 in the second round, but that can obviously change with trades, although there are no trades here, according to Mel Kiper, in this mock draft. Now, they do have 2 third-round draft picks, as you see right now, on their overall first 5 picks, so I would not be surprised if Atlanta wants to package those, get an additional second-round draft pick. I think Atlanta's going to move around in this draft, so that's where they're at right now. It obviously can change. We're going to focus in on pick 8, pick 43, and pick 58. All right, at number 8 overall, it's a wide receiver. Yes, we've talked about this a lot here on the channel in terms of not being a fan of a wide receiver, but you like Mel Kiper, he is a big fan of Garrett Wilson, and that is, of course, who he has the Atlanta Falcons taking here at number 8 overall. It's the big play receiver that they need after losing Calvin Ridley. I'm not saying they don't need a wide receiver. You just wonder, is this the biggest need right there, or right now, with the uncertainty at quarterback, with the uncertainty on the offensive line, with the uncertainty on the defensive line? Like, there's still a lot of problems here in Atlanta. If they go if they go wide receiver here, they have to really, really love Garrett Wilson, and as we'll see, Mel Kiper, he's a big fan of Wilson overall. Now, some other notable picks that were happening around Atlanta here. You'll see Sauce Gardner went 2 to the Detroit Lions, which might be a reach for Detroit, but Gardner he's getting Richard Sherman in his prime comparisons, Jalen Ramsey comparisons. He's fantastic. Thibodeau goes 4 to the Jets. Pickett is the first quarterback to the Panthers. Evan Neal is your tackle at 9. You could have had Evan Neal technically in this mock. And then the New York Jets took Drake London there at number 10, the wide receiver out of USC. All right, we'll start with this. Grade the first pick. Number 8 overall, Garrett Wilson. Grade what Kiper did here down below during the ad break pin comment, A, B, C, D, or F. I'm at a B here, but I want to see what you guys say right now. Now, of course, let's read what Kiper had to say about Garrett Wilson, as he, again, is a big fan. Throw it up on the screen. Quote, I'm going to stick with this prediction because who is Marcus Mariota going to throw to next season? Falcons just don't have any starting caliber receivers. Wilson can run every route and beats defenders after the catch. He could be the early favorite for Rookie of the Year. If he lands here, he'll get a bunch of targets. Atlanta would like to be tracking the edge rushers closely, but there isn't value at this point on my board, end quote. So he basically says, you don't have any receivers, which you look at the depth chart is true. You 100% do not have a number 1 or a number 2. And I know Kyle Pitts is a tight end. He's not really a receiver. I think Pitts and Wilson would be a great combination. But he also mentions just not a lot of value in taking a Trayvon Walker, out of UGA, or taking a George Karlaftis out of Pitt here. Purdue, in terms of a pass rusher at 8. So honestly, I don't disagree. You just wonder, again, maybe you could trade back the way you could get additional picks and you don't spend on a wide receiver. Either way, he is right about Wilson, though. Fantastic receiver, and I think he is one of the top 2 receivers in this draft, whether it's him, Drake London, you throw Olave in there as well. This would be a solid pick, and I think Marcus Mariota and Arthur Smith would love this pick. The question is, again, is your defense going to be able to stop anybody? Which, as we'll see, he does address the defense coming up with the next 2 picks we're going to look at. Now, in terms of the wide receivers, you'd rather have Garrett Wilson or Drake London, because London went number, 10 to the Jets, so he was right there. He was available in this mock draft. Pick one, GW for Garrett Wilson or DL down below for Drake London. All right, let's go to the second round here. 43 overall. He goes ahead and takes Boye Mafe, is how you say his name. I had to practice that in the mirror before we went ahead and jumped on this. Not someone that a lot of Falcon fans, I think, have seen a lot of, because he played at Minnesota. He's a pass rusher from Minnesota, and so not a lot of national primetime college game day slots there. But he's an edge rusher that Atlanta 100% is in desperate need of. And so I like what Kiper did here. Yes, he did a little, something I wouldn't do with wide receiver at 8, but he immediately backed it up by taking pass rusher at 43. That is a very, very big need right now in Atlanta, despite the fact they do already have Grady Jarrett and they signed Lorenzo Carter. I think Mafe would be a nice addition to that pass rush, and he fits well in the current 3-4 scheme that Dean Pease wants to run. He's kind of the outside linebacker, defensive end. You call him an edge, is essentially what he is. Here's Mel Kiper's thoughts on Mafe here, throw it up on the screen. Quote, Falcons just had 18 sacks last season, which ranked last in the league. Outside of Grady Jarrett, who in their front 7 will scare teams. Mafe had 7 sacks last season, was really good during Senior Bowl practices. 6'3", 261, he fits in Atlanta's 3-4 scheme, end quote. Again, Kiper, Kiper at least does his homework. There are a lot of mock drafts out there where it's like you can clearly see that they don't watch Falcon games. Kiper, at least he knows. At least he understands how bad the Falcon defensive line is. It is absolutely terrible. I am all for getting 2 or 3 pass rushers in this draft. Not just Mafe here in round 2, but give me one in round 3, give me round 1 5, or give me one in round 5. Like, get me pass rushers. But Mafe, again, not a guy you've seen a lot of. Throw the film on YouTube. He pops. Really great Senior Bowl. Teams love whenever that happens. I think he makes some sense here, and I honestly really like this pick. Smash the like button down below right now if the Falcons need like another pass rusher. Like if they've got to get a pass rusher here, at least in the second round. If they passed up on one in the first round, go down below and smash that like button because we all know that they need a defensive end. Let's get 200 likes in this video. 200 of you guys should agree they need a defensive end. Give the video a thumbs up. And as I mentioned, draft coverage, we got the best here. I mean, literally, the entire night of the draft will be live on our main Chat Sports channel. I'll do a ton of videos reacting to what they do in the first round here on this channel. Like, we're going to have incredible coverage on this channel and the rest of our channels at Chat Sports. So go down below and subscribe here to be up to date and in the news and in the know for your Atlanta Falcons. All right, final player here in this 2-round mock draft from Mel Kiper, 58 overall, the pick from the Titans for Julio Jones, Troy Anderson, the linebacker out of Montana State. Again, did you watch a lot of Montana State games this past year? No, but Mel Kiper has, and this is a guy who he considers to be a Swiss Army knife of the NFL draft. He's played linebacker, he's played quarterback, he's played running back. He's basically an off-ball linebacker, which is something that they obviously need with the loss of a guy like Boye Mafe and the fact that the defensive, the linebacker spot saw some question marks in terms of Deion Jones and overall productivity. Here's what Kiper had to say about Anderson. Throw it up on the screen. Quote, Anderson plays as an off-ball linebacker and quarterback, running back in college, racking up 150 tackles last season. He impressed at the combine, running a 4.42 40 at 6 foot 243. That's insane. That's an elite number. Atlanta just has to focus on replenishing the roster, so this is great value. I agree. 4.42 at 6 foot or 6'3", 243 pounds is insane. Here's the deal, guys. Atlanta just needs talent. Like, they just need to add talent at positions of need. They need to add talent at wide receiver. They need to add talent at linebacker, add talent at safety. They need to add talent at defensive line, add talent at running back. And so as you go through a mock like this, I think Kiper does a very good job of being like, guys, you know, here's a talented player, right? Mold him into whatever you want him to be. Here's a skilled player who was very productive in college. Get him in your roster. Get him in your, your coaching rooms. Coach him up. And I think that Anderson would be a very good pick for the Atlanta Falcons. All right, before we go ahead and run through these picks one more time, quick shout out to our friends at BetUS. You can bet on the Hawks, who, of course, as of tonight, are playing in their first play-in game. They need to win this to be able to go play against the Cavs on Friday. If you want to bet on this game, the Friday game if they win, or any NBA playoffs, or the Braves in baseball, do our friends at BetUS. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Falcons125 gets you a 125% deposit bonus whenever you first sign up. That link is on the screen right now. You guys got to jump on this deal because you're going to hopefully, if you bet right, win a bunch of money. Okay, so again, let's go through these picks one more time here. Garrett Wilson there at number 8 overall, the dynamic receiver out of Ohio State. Many people consider the best in the draft. Boye Mafe, the defensive end, the edge, I should say, in the 3-4 scheme out of Minnesota. And finally, Troy Anderson, the linebacker out of Montana State. So again, lesser known guys, not the guys that you've been creating and adding to your mock drafts you guys have been simulating. You send to me on Twitter, but I do think that this is a good mock. Like, I don't hate this mock, and I think that you see the Garrett Wilson pick, and you're like, you need pass rusher, you need other players, but then he gets pass rusher, and then Kiper gets linebacker, and you're like, okay, that's actually not that bad. And so I'd love to see what he would do for a 7-round mock. This is only a 2-round mock, but either way, I like the mock. I think that he did a good job. Let me know this. Grade Kiper's mock draft scale from 1 to 100. Let me know down below right now in the comments section. 1 being it's terrible, 100 being it's the best. You give me your thoughts right now. All right, ultimate day on our Atlanta Falcons news and review video. Plenty more content coming up later this week. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for everything we have going on here on the channel. For Atlanta Falcons today, Thomas Mott signing off for the rest of your day.